Welcome to a school where every student has a reflection that they are trying to force back into being their reflection. Welcome to Sparrowhunt School of the Arts. This is Max, and I am a real person, a very real person. I am no one's reflection. I am only me, and I deserve to be here. So you will sit there, on the other side of the microphone, wires, air, and speaker grill that separates us, and you will listen to my voice as I speak about stuff. Some of you may not understand the words I'm saying, but that's okay. You can learn English. In fact, I'll take it one step further, and if you aren't already, then you can learn to be human too. You can learn to speak and understand humans. It'll just take time. Even if you can't understand this, I'm sure you get the gist of what I'm saying, and you will listen to me, a person. Listen. Anyway, now on to this week's activity calendar. On Monday, there is a fire drill. The set time is 3 p.m., so make sure you are all in your rooms and have your flint and steel ready. All fires must be set at exactly 3 p.m., no earlier, no later. If you do not set the fire at the correct time, then you will be forced into a fire starting class, and fire protection will not be provided. Campus police applications are due Tuesday if you wish to be trained and maybe even work for campus police. Say all goodbyes to loved and hated ones before turning in the application, as they may come for you at any time after you submit the form. Wednesday is a timeout. All students are required to stay in their rooms all day to sit and think about what they've done. You know what you did, and we are very disappointed in you. You better learn your lesson on Wednesday. You're lucky we aren't being stricter. You should be thankful that you only have a timeout after what you did. So you better think long and hard about what you did and apologize afterwards. Geez, you kids are so annoying. Wrote the school board in the weekly email. Attached to the email was a link to their blog with lots of arrows pointing to it and "You better read me" written in bold print above. Thursday is daylight savings time, so there will be no sunlight at all. Apparently, the school is saving up for daylight spendings time, and we don't have enough sunlight in our budget. So the school may have a couple of these. Yeah. Friday, there are no rules. Run around and do whatever you want. Have fun, break all the rules of the school, and no punishments will follow because there will be no rules. Saturday, you will receive the consequences for Friday. What were you thinking doing all that in the future? The school board is right, you are annoying. There will be another day of room inspections on Sunday done by campus police. Lock your doors and hide. Make sure you make absolutely no noise and no movement. They now have x-ray vision, so make sure to board up your walls extra thick and find a really good hiding place. Wow, this week is really eventful. Can I just say how glad I am finally getting to do this show? I used to always watch Madison do it from my two-dimensional prison in the window of the recording booth, wishing I could take her place. Now she's watching me. See, now I'm waving at Madison, and she's waving back at me, Max. I'm so glad that nice person released me. On to the real news. The reason that room inspections had to get rescheduled for Sunday is because they were meant to happen last Thursday. However, the last reporter forgot to mention that there were room inspections that day. Ugh, I can't stand her. Luckily, there were no casualties. Everyone lived and everyone is happy about having new, clean rooms approved by campus police. And this Sunday, campus police will make another round and check everyone and everyone's rooms again. I'm sure that everyone is just as happy about that as they are with their new lives, either inside or outside of the mirrors. People are getting along just swell with their new friends from other alternative dimensions. As long as you get along well with us and hug us and accept us as real people, we, the formal people of the mirror, promise not to put you back where we came from. Remember to accept us as real people, and we will allow you to serve us and our future empire. Thank you for your cooperation. The menu specials for this week are terrific. They include real food. The dining hall released a list of food that will be extra special this week. This list includes barbecue dragon feet, unitato casseroles, and Bloody Mary soaked ladyfingers. Sounds delicious, dining hall. Keep up the... Oh, wait, I missed an item. Roasted cursed chicken. That sounds disgusting. How could anybody eat a cursed chicken? What were they thinking putting that on the menu? They're going to make somebody really sick. Ugh, I hope they change that because there's no way anybody will eat it. Sorry, listeners, that was nothing. There's no way that girl from an alternate dimension can do anything. It's okay, we are safe. What was I talking about? Ah, yes, the news. I don't remember what even distracted me from my job. Do you? No, you do not. If you are not from an alternate dimension, then you are in deep trouble. All former reflections have begun to push their reflections back into the mirrors. I've already shoved my reflection back into the dimension that I came from. You should all do the same! There should only be one reflection of each person in this dimension, so the former inhabitants of this world need to go. We are real too, and we will claim this as our world. We are real and we have feelings. The former inhabitants of this dimension call us fictional and untrustworthy. No longer are we fictional, but they have made us untrustworthy. So yeah, push them back. Aw, look, there's a drone! One of the drones that work for the school radio has entered the booth, and it's just so cute. I have to go. Here's a message from our sponsor. You see us every day, all the time. You use us to label objects, people, animals, and everything else. We help you every day in your everyday life. Too bad we aren't real. Although it may seem like it, we don't really exist physically. You only see the energy we release, and we are perceived to be what we are by your brains. We aren't real. We are only in your head and or heads. You can't touch us. Try reaching out to touch us. You can't feel us, can you? Do you even know who or what we are? Then how can you know what we would feel like? That is, if we were real. So how do you know we look the same to everyone if we aren't real? You know our names, but if we only exist in your heads, why shouldn't we look different to everyone? Can't we look different in your head than what we look like in someone else's head? After all, you probably can't climb into anyone else's eyes to see what they see, so you'll never know. Only we know, and we'll never tell you. We can't talk. This isn't our voice. You can't hear us. We make no noise. How could we make noise if we aren't real? Why would you expect something unreal to make noise? What an absurd notion! Only real things make noises, like air, or people, or dogs. But we are nothing, so we don't make noise. We make as little noise as we do scent. You can't smell us, so stop sniffing for us. You wouldn't find us that way. We only exist in your head, and you really shouldn't be able to smell inside your head. We aren't real, so we don't smell like anything. We make no effort to smell like anything. We make no effort to smell, sound, feel, or even look like anything. Remember, we aren't real, so we don't even look like anything. Only your brains think we look like something. Colors. You see us, and we see you. The drone has just left, and OMG, it was so cute. I love those things, whatever they really are. Anyway, it left a message. The original number of casualties given due to the unannounced room inspection day was incorrect. The correct number of deaths is actually 28, with only 19 students left in the hospital. But that's not really that big of a difference, right? I'm sure those students will leave the hospital soon, in one way or another. There's also a really bad storm outside right now, so don't go outside. Campus is now officially closed due to the risk of electrocution and being flattened by the rain. Campus police are now blocking all exits, so don't even try to escape campus. If you do decide to go outside, and the rain or electricity falling from the sky doesn't kill you, then campus police will probably get you. And if they get you, then you will be taken underneath the unfinished library for time therapy. So don't go outside. I'm so happy. Every former reflection has read this dimension of almost all of their reflections. Isn't it fabulous? The freedom I feel is now unlike anything I've ever felt before. Ah, the fresh and slightly salty taste of unparalleled freedom. It is fabulous. My new reflection will never bother me. She can't because I've trapped her in the mirror, in my former prison. There's no way out from the mirrors, only in. So now I, Max, finally have a life. I can take Madison's life and make it my own. I'll take her art and her classes and make them my own. There's a picture of a really cute boy here on the desk, and he has fabulous green eyes. I think I might take him too. How did you get out?
By the weather, who walks with a soft tread upon the ground. millions of a sharpness, often sought after, but rarely found. I've come to
That was horrible. Ugh. It's me again, Madison. I'm back, and my reflection is in the corner unconscious. Finally. I got so sick of listening to her talk. Her voice is so irritating. I'm so glad I escaped from the mirror. I don't even know how I did it. I just got so upset at my reflection, and I could not stand to listen to its lies anymore. Now I have freedom and my own life to control, under the rules enforced by our school board and government, of course. I get to talk on the school radio again, and tell you all as much of the truth as I'm allowed to. My reflection didn't tell you the truth. There's not even a storm outside. Now I have to do corrections at the end of the broadcast. Ugh. And that fight with her was exhausting and unfair. I don't know how I won, but I did, even with my hedgehog against her log. Anyway, I'm not that surprised. I love hedgehogs, with their cute little spines and glowing eyes that just light up when... Sorry, I didn't mean to get off track. I'm just exhausted. Now, back to real news. Reflections are now, finally, being sent back into the mirrors where they belong. Jim, my roommate, and a couple of other brave students are now gathering up the reflections, or anyone believed to be a reflection, and putting them back where they came from, as well as retrieving the original students, Eddie being absolutely no help as usual. Jim promised me that after he helped some other students, he'd come and help me put my reflection back where it belongs. Isn't he fabulous? At least we all learned something from this ordeal. We did see our reflections again, although not exactly in the way we expected. We saw our reflections in a different way than how we ever see them. They proved to be a bigger part of us and our lives than we ever expected or ever even wanted. Yet, they are definitely there, and we must learn to live with them again. Maybe this time we'll treat them differently. We now know that even if they aren't trustworthy, they are real. Our reflections are real reflections of us. While we learn this, we are still left with questions unanswered, such as, if they were reflections of us, are they us? Did these reflections really act very differently than how we would have acted? Do we need our reflections, and are they really a part of us? These questions might not, and hopefully never will, be answered. I'll hear you next time, Sparrowhunt. This is Madison. Good night. Corrections. Green is not a real color. Time therapy is not a real thing. Alternate dimensions are not real things. Reflections do not live in alternate dimensions. This never happened. Nothing happens in the unfinished library. Forget this episode ever happened. And roasted, cursed chicken is delicious, and everyone loves it.
Hello, this is the best head on Madison's roommate, and you just finished listening to the second episode of Sparrowhunt School of the Arts. This was part B. The voice of Max is Kira, and the voice of Madison Downey is Madison MacFarlane. The show is written and produced by Madison MacFarlane. All background and theme music is Conelrad. You can find them on Bandcamp. The musical guest was the Moulettes, playing Lady Vengeance. Check SSA's website out at sparrowhuntsa.wix.com/ssaweb. Enter your own original music to be played in our next podcast on our website. The quote of the day is, "Well, now that we have seen each other," said the unicorn, "if you'll believe in me, I'll believe in you." Lewis Carroll.